Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with another set of random encounter ideas that don't suck. Our adventurers are back in Barovia today as they work to undermine the great Strahd von Zarovich. Let's see what dangers await them. The adventurers trudge slowly and carefully as they attempt to avoid some of the larger threats of the dread realm of Barovia. They can see only a few feet in all directions as the mists seem to part for the group and close in quickly behind them. Due to their lack of vision, the group stumbles upon a grisly scene. An armored human lays slain in the road with over a dozen black wolf corpses strewn about them. It seems that this knight gave a heroic last stand against these servants of Strahd, but their wounds were just too much. DMs can get bonus points here for cladding this knight in recognizable garb, perhaps that of a force that is close to the party. The group might even be able to get a retelling of the story from the knight, if they have access to speak with dead or other such magics. Whatever the case, it will be an inspiring sight for your adventurers amid this terrible realm. Further down the road, the group begins to hear the creaking of a wagon coming up the road towards them. The group will have a few moments to prepare before the covered, rickety wagon rumbles through the mist into view. The characters will easily be able to make out the text on the side of the wagon, Timothy's Top Chop. The text is accompanied by the strange drawing of a man holding a straight razor in an oddly threatening pose. The adventurers will have the opportunity to stop the barber if they truly need a haircut, though it may take the group a little while to become comfortable with this particular individual. If the adventurers decide not to approach, then this could easily be a recurring NPC that the group could run into during the rest of their travels. The adventurers make their way to one of the few noteworthy settlements of Barovia, seeking a moment of respite from the dangers of the mists. By happenstance, it seems that this settlement is having extreme difficulty with a plague that is ravaging the population. The guards at the gates of this settlement will be joined by other humanoids wearing creepy bird-like masks, similar to those worn by doctors of our world during the Black Plague. If any of the party members inquire about these masks, the explanation offered is that these individuals believe the masks will protect them against the plague. It'll be up to your group whether they believe the story about the disease, or prefer to continue into the settlement. While within one of the aforementioned settlements, the group will have the opportunity to run into another unique individual. They notice a rather muscular human man that seems to carry various types of weapons and survival gear. This individual seems quite able to protect themselves, and if the group decides to speak with them, they will notice a deep sadness behind the man's eyes, as if he has seen unimaginable horrors. The person will introduce themselves as a monster hunter, though as the DM, you will know that they're a character with the Haunted One background. It'll be up to you to decide the terrible event which put them on this path, but the look in their eyes will have the adventurers feeling an odd desire to fight with this individual, or help them in some way. Whether the monster hunter has use for the party or not will also be up to you as the DM, but there are certainly no shortage of monsters for them to hunt in this dread realm. Another possible encounter that might occur when the group is in a settlement, or even when they're back out on the road, is a small child that happens to be standing over a dead rabbit. The girl seems to poke at the corpse with the toe of her shoe, and she stares bemusedly at the thing. If any of the adventurers approach, then they might begin to realize that the rabbit's corpse seems to be entirely drained of blood. This should set off alarm bells for any good adventurer, and they would be right to be cautious of this child vampire. Now, vampirism works a bit differently in 5e than in traditional lore, But if you can find a way to make this child vampire work for your group, then it should be a truly chilling moment. Throughout the group's journeys in Barovia, they will begin to encounter strange missives. The documents are rolled tightly and sealed with a wax emblem of the DM's choosing. All of the letters seem to be written in a strange, fading black ink, and their contents seem to ramble about various topics unrelated to the adventurer's dealings. Over time, however, the missives will begin to relate more and more to the group members, perhaps citing their deeds with great detail, or even addressing them by name. It seems like someone, or something, has been watching the group's deeds with intent, and is leaving the group some clues about this fact. At another point in their journey, perhaps at a Vistani encampment or in a settlement, the group will be surprised as a small herd of cats suddenly encircles them, smelling at their garments and nuzzling their legs. After a short while, a tabaxi woman also comes into view, with even more cats encircling her. She'll seemingly take no notice of any intrusion that her pets cause the adventurers, instead going about her solitary way. Eventually, she departs for her home, or wagon, with the felines in quick pursuit. This tabaxi woman may be intriguing enough for your adventurers to follow, but her home is sealed quite tightly. If the group does choose to break in or investigate thoroughly, then they'll find nothing but a weird old cat lady who is actually part feline herself. One evening, while the adventurers are on the road or outside of a settlement, they will be accosted by one of the many creatures of this dread realm. A large brown bear with glowing red eyes will ambush an unlucky party member from behind the cover of some branches or shrubbery. It will quickly become apparent that this creature is not acting very intelligently, and may be charmed in some way. If the adventurers slay the creature, then the red glow of its eyes slowly fades, and it will be nothing more than the carcass of a large bear. But if the adventurers are able to chase it off and track it, then they will find its actions odd for a bear of its age. It seems to be suffering from something similar to rabies, or perhaps a blood rage, as it attacks almost everything in this path. I recommend giving this bear the rage mechanic in order to accurately depict its plight. It'll be up to your adventurers to decide how to treat this creature. The adventurer's journey is sure to be littered with attacking monsters or humanoids, and it is during one of these combat encounters that our next interesting individual will appear. At some point, when the situation is looking dire for the group, a mysterious individual, clad in simple armor and carrying a short bow, will suddenly appear from around the group to fire a couple of arrows before disappearing just as mysteriously. The group won't even have a moment to strike at the individual, much less to speak with them. But this is another recurring NPC that might be a lot of fun for your group. Finally, when the group is stuck inside of a mansion, prison, or other large building, then the hunters will finally become the hunted. The adventurers slowly creep around the enclosure, searching for whatever it is they came for, when a large creature will make its presence known through a tremendous roar, ear-splitting cry, psychic scream, or simply by hulking to its full frame in a dark corner of the room. It'll be up to you as the DM to decide what this creature is, but a few good choices might be Slod, Fomorians, or Voidlings, depending on your party's level. Whatever this creature is, they will stalk the party a la Xenomorphs from the Alien series. Don't be afraid to give your players a few jump scares in a situation like this. And that brings us to the end of today's Barovia Encounters. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to smash that subscribe button. If you have ideas or requests for future videos, I'd love to read about those in the comments section below. Until next time, be well, be excellent to one another, and stay curious, adventurers.